me in 40 years. My mother,
It's called abandonment. That's how.
my mother, I didn't abandon her. Her mother didn't want me to have anything.
Hello.
Well, be a man and
Hey.
stand up and say, that's my right.
Hi, everybody.
How do I know you're my child?
Social media family.
That's how you know it's your child. Give it to them. You're the father.
This is a
So,
learning opportunity.
racist.
I've learned too.
But then not necessarily being whatever walks of life, fashion, society, lifestyle preferences.
You're right. I've learned a whole lot. So,
I mean, you've got to recognize and realize
You're being a
me
bigger,
and my children are going to
people's,
learn
places,
how to
and
forgive.
things.
you're being a bigger woman than the little man. So compared to that,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong crowd. Been there, done it. Don't want to do it again. Anytime too soon enough again. Hopefully be a long time coming if and when, if at all. Especially all the while I acknowledge that I have a neighbor from hell, crazy character, who is going all out of his way to attempt to drive me, then that other person, I myself, completely bonkers. Like the last neighbor from hell, cocksucker, character, being of whom had attempted to do the same at the other building that I was at before I had moved to this one where I'm at now, and whereas I still have to do household cleaning chores, resume some of such, well, being mainly or mostly, whereas I would, sort and then store away some of such my personal effects, belongings, or possessions, being of which is as the majority of it being of some of such that being which is to be considered is mainly or mostly that of how should I put it, wardrobe, apparel, attire, as in aka clothing material, and it looks like somebody has trespassed on premises of properties at some given moment in time and stole quite a bit of my clothing, So this is the kind of damn hellhole I'm living in at the moment. To refresh my memory about the other hellhole I was at, with the same of the likes of convertible neighbors from hell characters, dickhead pricks, those stupid little dumb coughs, sicko cycles, lunatic maniacs, creeps and a weirdo, kind of, or whatever I said, kind of characters, and like what you heard just about a minute or so ago, the Bam Bam Rubbles bumping and stumping routine of a certain convertible neighbor from hell, in particular, who has gone all out his way to attempt to drive me completely bonkers, for license kind, So I say to you all, being in my social media family, being of whom are, in addition, being of the old and young alike, both two sexual genders, as male and females, representing the global community within this post-911 era of a new millennium apocalyptic day and age, and whereas the doomsday clock is now at a couple or a few minutes to midnight compared on to how formerly previous were prior to the end, it was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. But then, how are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. If not better yet to be said, to be feeling all right, or if not best of all to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, hopefully me and mine, likewise as well, all the same. Or whatever I said, best speaking correct, proper standard English grammar. The American dialect of some or such qualities and quantities or not, or be I speaking the King's English street slang for that matter. Okay.
asking me if I could get her.
But then, whatsoever I could possibly speak upon, be it a one subject matter of the issue at hand, be it a controversy or not, of a given argument with the many different views and opinions or pros and cons thereof, and it has yet to be resolved, if it has not been already, been some kind of social plague upon society, that which is to be considered, a possible and potential social injustice, or be able to speak upon a couple, few, or four more for that matter. But then, don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver, and hopefully with that much less usage of the speech of profanity, much rather instead with that much more. In other words, cuss words to simply say, and therefore, hopefully, likewise, it would be that much less of an opportunity or a chance for me to mouth off, like someone or such a one being of whom is supposed to believe in God as a Christian, aka Protestant, playing the part of the devil's advocate, as less who you've been a prodigal son, then that much more like some or such, in the same line of thought, sense of the word. And where the word to use is like false brethren, modern day religious Pharisees and Sadducees, supposed so-called holier than thou, the wolves who clothe snakes in the grass, being as they are the worst or the worstest of unbelievers and unbelievers, being of deceivers who pretend to have become or pretend to be believers in God as in Christians, aka Protestants, whereas in all reality, they are, some as such, being of whom would be commonly called or commonly known as, being of the worst of the worstest of closet devil worshippers, being of whom make up the majority of churchgoers of whatsoever religious denominations, of members and visitors alike, from the pews to the pulpit. But then getting back to me and all, so I say, and now that I have gotten the preliminaries, being the basic introduction out of the way, so let me give you the 411. 311, whatever. For what has taken place, or as it has happened today, what I myself, being that in my person, have become subjected to experiencing. And whereas fortunately I kind of woke up early, though rather late this time, all the same, but not as much or not as late as before. But the thing is, I was running rather late, still all the same, for a soup kitchen's premises of properties where it is being held for a local Vicente neighborhood community church atmosphere, of a public facility. And that's only been because, that the delay of general services for a particular mass transit of a public transportation system with all of the many different bus and train routes. Whereas from where I was at to get to there elsewhere, it would have only taken a relatively short time. I mean, I had a whole half an hour, and I could have made it there if it had not been for this one bus driver taking a smoking break, and add insult to injury, where I was supposed to be carrying two, water bottles filled with water, as I made a purchase of some and such, and it was sealed, and I had not, one of them rather, that's a mistake. No, I think I didn't drink from one as yet until I got out. Anyway, I had them in my pockets of my overalls, and how black people are, black person, certain ones, not all of us, but they corner the market when it comes to being impolite or rude. So I'm on this one route, and they're like blocking the aisle, for the entrance and exit, for a given route. It don't matter if it was for a bus or a train, but then they do that for both modes transportation for premises properties of the public facility of mass transit with all those many different bus and train routes. So by the time I got off at my stop and got off, the mode of transport in question for whatever, whichever one it was, for a given route, here it is. I just noticed. Well, no, hold it. Either because I didn't think to look down and feel the emptiness of one of my pockets, like somebody had took one of my bottled waters. I mean, that's what I really believe that had happened, because if it had fell out, if it fell, if it fell out, if it had fallen out, if it fallen from my purse, I would have heard the sound of it having hit the ground, as well as the mode of transport for the one that I had become a passenger upon, to become a part of the ridership of that the same mass transit. It don't matter if it was before bus or train. So I figured that it was some army black person trying to be funny. The ones willing and slap fulfilling nigger or nigger self having pickpocketed me of the water, So can no black person be like saying, oh, the white man is this or the white man is that, when more than quite a few among us do the job of the white man for them for little or nothing more than any other races of the non-whites persons among themselves otherwise. So I'm out there getting late to the soup kitchen because of the black attendee driving the motor transport or whatever I said, of a brother at that. And then I had got pickpocketed of one of my water bottles, and I'm like feeling kind of like dehydrated more or less. That's where the sun is heating up all of a sudden, like this strange, crazy weather temps, like some mad scientist has thrown a monkey wrench in Mother Nature's program. And such as it is, feeling like the case or situation up under those conditions, rather extenuating circumstances with the weather temps fluctuating back and forth, some of the such of the craziest, not just crazier, but craziest of weather temps, And then you got to reflect upon the supposed so-called natural disaster, being of which I believe to be partly man-made so far as the global pandemic. And I'm sure there are others that would agree with me compared to how still others would tend to differ. So I'm missing eating at this soup kitchen. There's somebody steals my water. And, they say things come in threes, things, events, or whatever I said. So I get back to my pad here where I'm at now. And there was a person that showed up for the building at the same time. I was trying to get into the building, so you got to get into the one door and then the next door. The first door is already open. You don't have to worry about that. Anybody just enter the first door. But the second door is what you got to get into the building. And unless you have a key or be buzzed in. So this other person is like standing at a position for that or something such a given moment in time. Whereas she is positioning her physical body, whereas if anything, I being one of the resident attendants, am supposed to be in the very spot where she's at. And whereas she's on the left of me, because the door opening is positioned where she's on the left than the right, And I'm having to put my key in, and she's already there. Like, whereas when the door is open, a person would be in the opening between the door and the border of the door. And so she positioned herself like that so she can make sure that she get in. You hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I'm saying, there, family, social media family. So quite naturally, that would only signify or symbolize or whatever I would say that she's up to no good then. And she's positioned herself where the resident attendant is supposed to be. Because I'm like, open the door. And when I pulled the door open, and she just rushed on into the building. So I complained to the management from there, being the management, realtor, real estate personnel official or landlord on the premises, as well as to the headquarters business office about what had happened, And I don't think this is the the first time that I had seen her, and she has pulled that crap before, if not with me, with somebody else. Well, hopefully, well, they're hopefully not with me, because there was a number of other people, person that have attempted to do that with me before, like, right? I mean, see now, there was a black brother, okay. Otherwise, well, this was black sister for the most recent incident. There was a black brother. He was trying to get into the building, making like he's on the phone all the same, and way before this is black sister for the most recent incident in that same 9,000 cents worth. And where the building has a front door and a back door for the different residents or tenants to either enter into the building or exit, whereas the front and back door serves as both entrance and exit ways. So this black brother, he's attempting to get in as I'm like supposed to be wanting to put my key in a lock to open up the door. So I get this gut feeling, and from there, disregard what you heard. It's just another one of these proverbial neighbors from the hell, dickheads, But anyway, or pricks, or whatever I say. Excuse my department of French. But getting back to some of the other, as I think about with that in my mind, it's just try to backtrack here with real purpose of being on, so I can go on following to continue from where and when that my person had last left off to finish up as a completed form of line style or previous prior one. Saints is the word. So this black brother, and like he's giving off some vibes, and I'm glad that I didn't think to go in at that given moment in time like I was originally thinking about doing. I just changed my mind and went out the building and went the back way to get into the building from there. And then that's when I see him at a distance, he got to talking smack to me because he's mad because I wouldn't open the door for him for the front door, Then there was another time, let me see, who is this? There was a guy or fella. Anyway. Well, anyway, though I think you all get the general idea of what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to let somebody that doesn't stay there into the building, or it's not even somebody that visited somebody in the building, but just trying to get into the building for whatever foul, funky, riff-raff reason for wanting to do so or attempt to do just that. I mean, because I would feel rather bad if something could possibly happen to one of the residents or tenants, being because I may not have been on my P's and Q's at some such given moment time, depending on what my day or night could have been. I was dog tired, hungry. I missed the soup kitchen. Then I come back and somebody's pulling something foul or funky. So I said, well, though I slept that one, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the management of the building know, the landlord, and then so I'm gonna let the headquarters business office know all the same what had happened, just in case so if something could possibly go down, they know that they had been alerted, about some, suspicious character attempting to get into the building. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm a trick or anything like that or a rat, but I mean, there's only so much you could let, go by you or leave alone or let go on a slide or how they say, well, whatever. I said, but I wasn't about to let that one go by. Not that somebody hoodwinked me. Caught me off guard, feeling frustrated because I didn't eat anything as yet. I missed the soup kitchen. I had to come back and try to fix me up some grub for what odds and ends I had back at my pad. Looked like somebody just went through my fridge and cabinet and took some food supply, Yeah. Was it bad enough? Is that what I'm saying? No, that's not the half of it. I mean, but when you have to be bothered with a proverbial neighbor from hell, cocksucker or dickhead prick enough as it is, then to think that somebody else of another riffraff is attempting to get into the building, I'm like, son of a, because I wasn't expecting it. So I doubt if I sleep that one again. So if I could possibly become, subjected to experiencing another incident like that, if somebody be like trying to get in as I'm showing up at the building, trying to get in the front way, then I just have to, no matter how dog tired I may feel, I may just have to just go outside the building and come into the building from the back door, then the front front door, because I felt bad that somebody rushed past me the very minute I opened the door because they was positioned whereas, you hear what I'm saying? Can you feel me? Whereas anything, they supposed to back up and let any resident or tenant that's opening up the door get into the building before oneself were to, than this person or that person. Yeah, that was rather foul and funky of her. And this was like a black sister that pulled that crap. Where she may well have been likewise, even so, Hispanic or Asian sister. Kind of heavy set. And
for one, we talked after the DUI. We hung out
not
after
too
the
heavy
DUI.
though.
She was more than aware of what happened that night. She was okay.
Heavy enough to throw her weight around like a cowardly bully that could possibly want to attempt to punch out the lights of some such woman that could possibly be, half her size, but then she wasn't like, big mama or anything like that of a plus size woman, whereas, she needs some assistance, somebody to help her move around. So she like more or less like kind of like a muscular, heavy set black sister woman, I'm like, what in the world? I said, well, I'll be this woman and got into the building where she was waiting for me to open up the door. Oh, so that's how it is. That's what she was planning, huh? From the get go. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, never again. You know what I'm saying? And well, it's bad enough. I'm feeling dog tired. I still have to do household cleaning chores. I have to get back into the swing of things, because then my pad is looking like more or less like a pigsty, Yeah, and speaking upon some such, it look like I wouldn't say it looked like a practically or possibly like a garbage dumpster, like somebody's thrown some anything and everything around and so forth. Now, I have my stuff, more or less sorted out well enough at the moment. I suppose I can just start on storing away what I could so far clothing items. Like I said, the majority of my personal effects belong to possessions are clothing. And I'll just wait a little longer until I get everything sorted and then start all the way. Otherwise, I'll be going about it little by little, depending on how I feel, depending on what my general physical health is like at the moment, and then some, and likewise what my general mental health is like. Because, like I said before, so I say again, I have a proverbial name from hell, effing idiot. It's really going out of his way to drive me completely bonkers. As the actual so gay like homoish or faggoty like. I figure he either gay like homoish or faggoty, if not a little actual gay guy, homo or faggot, being cut. Well, he faggoty enough, then because he get like homoish faggot enough, being because whenever a male goes all out his way to attempt to sweat another male, then he himself has got to be either gay-like, homoish, or faggy, or worse yet, possibly a possible and potential literal actual closet faggot, attempting to get the attentions of another male, for what it's worth to him, for business or for pleasure or both, and if one cannot get either, then one would attempt to, harass another male of the same sex just to attempt to get on one's last nerve, whereas you would think a character like that be like saying, if I can't have you, then nobody can. Like whereas Adam could be looking for a Steve, then Adam should be looking for an Eve. You know what I'm saying? Really now. But anyway though, y'all, I'm gonna wrap things up, shortly in due time. And I'll get back with you all later, because I still got to get myself back into the mood if it doesn't come naturally. I have to force myself to go about doing so that I can get my personal effects, belongings, or possessions finally sorted out and stored away. I could have gotten it out the way much earlier, but I was just feeling ever so, up under the weather, like somebody sabotaged my general physical health via some or such means, you know. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But anyway, though, on this last note of interest, I would like to say you all, and that is, if you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in vain, by recognizing or realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some such Roman soldiers upon the orders of their religious superiors, being of Pharisees and Sadducees. But then, nevertheless, whereas he himself had went to the cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me, so that if any of us, being of whatsoever race in and whatever walks of life, factions of society, lifestyle preferences, being of old and young alike, both two sexual genders represent the global community within this post 911 renewment in an apocalyptic day and age where the doomsday clock is now at a couple of few minutes to midnight, compared on how formerly pre-proprietary and what is a quarter. I say it was a quarter of midnight for the biblically prepared time. Word to profess some such faith in him. From there we become and be blessed in one regard or another in more ways than one. First and foremost, with his salvation, being of which is the only means by which we can or could possibly hope to become or be citizens of the kingdom of heaven. And then second of all, with his deliverance, you know. Well, first of all, you have got to become or be blessed by the blessing of the salvation before you were to be possibly entitled to any other blessings. Then, because God is not to be mocked. What you sow is what you shall reap. And for those who think to continue to reject so great a salvation, for that is something such given on time, not acknowledge, recognize, and realize the great blood sacrifice of our Lord and Savior. For that something such given on time, as he given his life upon the cross of Calvary to become that perfect sacrificial lamb of God to take away the sins of the world. Then from there, you would become a cannon fodder for the lake of fire, damn hell, you know, once you were to make that transition for the great beyond the hereafter. And whereas the devil and his demons will tell you from there, wake up, wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Associated with drugs.
Prepare for, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when the books will be open, and then it will be discussed whether or not your name is written in the book of life. And if it's not, then your final destination or outcome will be the lake of fire, damn hell, to be assembled with the rest of the unsaved, unbelievers, and non-believers. You know, the likes who had so rejected so great a salvation. And whereas from there you will be tortured and terrorized by the devil and his demons for all eternity, compared to how we being among ourselves of us as, you know, ourselves are being of the saved believers, will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, beyond the pearly gates, to be considered as citizens of the kingdom of heaven, in the presence of God and his angels, you know.
Who am I? Wow.
And because God is not to be mocked, what you sow is what you shall reap. If you have not, I say, if you have not accepted Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, then I hope that you would think to do so now. Then because tomorrow is not promised to any man. No, it's not promised to any man, I say.
Here to tell us why she says this one is for real. This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all
so
a small amount, and that's how easy it is. All right, what's the active ingredient?
I never say any more words or less.
Because
people in hell want ice water, and there's a way they seem around to man, but the way thereof are the ways of death. And it is appointed on the man to die, but after this to judge.
And I did this to my father. We were at home.
Whereas it's a rather scary
4 minutes, 34 seconds,
feeling for a believing God
my real truth
to,
opinion is holy words I can't say.
Perhaps only begin to imagine
they really do.
What a living damn hell is like, for the next world, when it's bad enough to have to become subject to experiencing one in this world.
Personal trainer.
You know what I'm saying? And whether we believe in God are supposed to be the watchmen over the souls of others. You know? The book of Ezekiel, chapter what was it, chapter 30 or chapter 33, something like that.
There's nothing there, like the bags are gone. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
Yeah,
so
so
this would be a daily thing, or
I
just
really
when
like
you want to
trying
get
to
rid of the bags. Yeah, it absolutely
take
could be
everything in
daily.
stride.
You have high school
I just better
reunions,
give
you
me
have
time
events you want to go to,
for
you want
whatever I
to
could
go
possibly
to
go
visit.
through.
Take action
You know,
with
as
the
a believer,
Flexigen
God, I'm
10-minute
just glad I don't
challenge
have to
this
go
Mother's
through
Day.
it as
Get
an
up to 50%
unbeliever,
off
non-believer
your
anymore.
home
You know what I'm saying?
free shipping. Visit Flexigen.
But pride is the way that leads to destruction. Now is the way that leads to life. For few that be that find it, you know. Yeah, it's bad enough to possibly go through a living damn hell upon the planet Earth. In this world, according to the worldly system of things, as believing God. So I can only imagine how much worse it would be as an unbeliever, non-believer, you know, in times like these. You gotta recognize and realize, you know, God is not to be mocked. What you sow is what you shall reap, you know. I mean, this life ain't no joke, you know. I mean, you dance to the music, but don't you know you gotta pay to the piper, okay? If you're not trying to be real, then you're phony, you know. Like, is it live or is it Memorex? Sure, anybody could put on a good game face and, you know, and really put out a good game plan, but, you know, nobody can really fake being a member of Christendom or Christianity. It only takes one incident to unravel the mysteries of whether or not a person is of a nature as one claims to have become or be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's the truth, you know. And that's why you hear about so many preacher men falling from grace. You know. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that one character that had cussed me out in his church in the neighborhood over a mere cell phone. I wasn't doing anything to possibly disrupt or interrupt the proceedings so far as the religious service and sabbatical Sunday school class.
She acts like she doesn't have it because she knows she has to protect the money from you to take care of
so I guess I pretty much so have said all I wanted to say, if not all that I need to say at the moment. You know, or for the present given moment in time, I could have spoke more, but I guess I don't really feel like it, you know. But yeah, you know, sometimes we could prove to become or be our own worst or worstest enemy. You know, so patience is a virtue, for you will respond to somebody else who don't even have their own better interests in mind. Not to mention yours, you know.
All right, tell me what happened here.
Okay, sometimes you just got to count to a certain numerical digit and then respond or not respond at all, because certain persons of characters, they really, you know.
A joint?
Yes.
Oh.
This was back in early 2018.
Few of us.
Junior, he had
no,
he was
I mean, pen is not even the sword. You got to recognize and realize, you know. You got to choose your battles. You don't have to permit anybody to attempt to make you, to make them live rent free in your head. You know, we are free agents, unlike, you know, the animal species of creatures. You know, we have a chance to improve ourselves, you know, by something more than just natural instinct. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and you gotta recognize and realize,
Okay, and the rest
no,
is emotional.
that's just how humans are. Okay.
Associated with this?
Yes, sir.